Okay, finally. Sorry for all the delays, that's just classic Australian net play attempts. Intro's rocking first time round, so this is a first to 7 set here. So opting to try to give both players as much time as possible to adapt to the other, get a good set going, and then both players will be able to look over it afterwards and hopefully level themselves up a little bit. Alright, let's go. I don't know much about Dizzy, but I'll do my best to call it out. Gets counter hit by the jump in there. Early on, Crazy Diamond building up some momentum, but Firery manages to work his way out of the corner pretty effectively, just playing a very safe game at the moment. Good counter poke there, beating out the flick, getting to start running his OP using a delayed explosion from the fire bubble there. Finding a cross up overhead, no real confirm off of it, but he's just throwing shit at Crazy Diamond right now. Crazy Diamond spent 25 bar on a PRC, but gets counter hit anyway. It's definitely not what you want to be doing. Fireball connects, gets a black beat conversion off of it, but gets a corner set up, unfortunately gets clipped. Will fight his way out of the corner immediately though, sets that ice fish. Crazy Diamond just flicks it away, and that's a huge 5H counter hit. Of course, one thing to be very aware of in this matchup is that Dizzy, true to her name, is very, very easy to stun. So if Crazy Diamond lands a clean hit with bar, there's almost a guarantee that Firery can just die. But despite that, Crazy Diamond gonna drop the first round. Firery just slow burn, chipping away at Crazy Diamond's health bar there. Gets the launch off the bubble there, but not quite ready to confirm off of it. Throwing ice spikes, just gliding around all over the place, but the slide head will connect. Firery now locked in the corner. Good IB into Nash there. Catching Crazy Diamond, trying to do something fake. Great blitz back as well there. Perfect timing. Starts running OP. Crazy Diamond just mashing a one-shot there. Gets launched by the delayed explosion fire bubble. Firery just raking in the damage right now. 2 hits on that fish as well. Completely overwhelming Crazy Diamond right now. But tick straight into that buster. It's 50% cooling already. Such a small hit. Firery trying to play patiently, jumping out of the pop buster, but gets caught by the heat knuckle there. And that will be the round. So, Crazy Diamond's favourite thing to do in this game is force you into a position where you have to guess between jumping or staying on the ground. So he just absolutely loves forcing that mix up, and every time he does, he's usually right. He's pretty damn good at this point. The delayed bubble is really putting in work for Firery in this matchup right now. Beating out all of Crazy Diamond's attempted counterpokes. There's the ice spike YLC, that's a Dizzy staple. Ooh, armors through the burst and punishes it with the buster. Goes for the RSC, maximum damage here. It's the corner setup, black boot, but doesn't matter too much. It's clicking with blows, and yeah, there's the stun. Not something you usually see anybody get stunned by there, but Dizzy, very low stun resistance, and that will allow Crazy Diamond to take the first game. Good throw there from Firery. Doesn't really get much of a setup after it actually. Opts to just backdash all the way into the corner now. Crazy Diamond going for the 6k into flick frame trap, but he lands a hit here, and that's stun already, as we said. Every hit so damaging against Dizzy. Finishes him off with the 5D there. Firery holding his burst for that whole round, not really wanting to use it after he got stunned with such little health left. But now he's just going to play the slow game, but gets hit by the flick trying to come in there. Ice spike. Big counter hit. Ooh, good mash out there from Crazy Diamond. Firery coming straight back in, but unfortunately messes up his S string a little bit, gets counter hit. So he gets thrown. Alright, there we go. Firery using that spacing to his advantage there, setting up that fire bubble, but Firery just coming, sorry, Crazy Diamond just coming straight to the hammerfall, and there's the pop buster to punish the blitz, but unfortunate drop after the RSC. Not a great punish off of the instant blocked hammerfall there as well. Firery's gonna have to get something a little bit better than that if he wants to hold his own against Crazy Diamond here. Yeah, 5H. Crazy Diamond already up 2-0. Might have been a bit of an unfortunate lag there, but you can't really do much to help that. Alright, let's see if Firery is going to change things up a little bit here. That is not something you want to get counter hit by. Straight into the 6H as well. And there's the Buster. Firery probably like a split second off getting stunned here already. Oh, never mind. Stunned already. We're straight into the 6H. Firery not even going to try to burst, but it actually techs out of the corner. Crazy Diamond dropping his combo. Counter hits him out of the slide head. Good stuff. Great YRC there to keep the pressure going, not letting Crazy Diamond armor out of anything. Avoiding all those slide heads, but just gets caught out of the air by that giant 5H from Potemkin. 6H round start, that is not what Firery wants to be getting hit by. Straight into Buster, he's so close to stunned already. This is such huge hits. Like Buster in the corner as well. 5D connects, yeah, Firery bursts immediately, he knows he's not surviving that. Ooh, great heat knuckle there, catching the attempted dash over, and there's a stun. Crazy Diamond's making short work of Firery right now. Needs to, I think he needs to find a better way to just keep Risky from getting close and just avoid all those big 6Hs he's throwing out. Because at the moment, he's not really doing anything to stop Crazy Diamond from just running him into the corner. Good run under there, actually. That's what we want to see more of. Just like better spacing control. Stop Crazy Diamond from getting in for free. Stop him from landing those huge slow buttons for free as well. Ice Spike YSG to reset pressure, but great jump and air throw from Crazy Diamond. And very meaty 5D as well. And there's the Crazy Diamond classic. Catches him with the Heavenly. That's going to do a lot of damage. Runs in for Oki. Firery just walking backwards, not afraid of any lows or anything there. Opting for some stagger pressure there, with punishing the massive 2H there from Crazy Diamond. And that's a good YRC into the heat knuckle. Perfect awareness. Black beats the second one actually. Firery could have gotten out of that. YRC in there, just Buster. YRC Buster is so strong, makes it really, really hard to backdash or jump out or do whatever you want to do due to the YRC chewing up your inputs a little bit. Flicks the fish blades, but still gets hit anyway. The flick actually, I think the fireball hitbox hit the fish and not Digi, so she got to get through there. Good mash out there. Realizing Crazy Diamond could have gone for a cheeky pressure reset there. Trading thanks to the fire bubble there. Crazy Diamond maybe not realizing the he can't flick the bubbles, they're not actually active until Firery hits them again. Can't flick that, but it's not going to do much. Yeah, the fire laserfish actually is really, really good against beating attempted flicks from Potemkin. Yeah, just hitting him with all of these projectiles right now, putting things on the screen, all these summons. But the slide head will connect the one time Firery wasn't in the air, and there's the tick throw. It doesn't have meter to convert off it, but does get a safe jump and a bit of a mix up here. Tries to catch Firery jumping out, but he does not believe. Whiffs just barely with that Heavenly this time. Slide head connects, and there's the ICPM getting that OTG damage. Finishing his block string there, but he's going to have to deal with all these projectiles that Firery's putting out, and yeah, the delayed explosion from the fire bubble going to chip him out right there. Firery just barely managing to squeeze through there. Punishes the slide hit with the laserfish there. Gets over the heat knuckle. Pretty scary to try to do that. Oh, so Pot can actually flick the explosion on those bubbles. That's interesting. So you can't flick the bubbles, but you can flick the explosions. That makes that pretty interesting mix-up, I think. Adds a bit of depth to the matchup. Jesus Christ. Okay, I think Firery is either dead or stunned here. This is an absurd amount of damage. Yeah, he's just gone. Damn. Crazy Diamond up 4-0 now. Ooh, that's bad. 5H counter hits him coming in and gets hit by the 6H as well, probably just moments away from being stunned. And Firery recognises that, so he opts to just burst out. Unfortunately missing his knockdown there. That's literally Firery's fishing for right now. He just wants to get string into knockdown so he can start running some dizzy set play. IB is the fire pillar, but that does stop his forward momentum there. Great heat knuckle from Crazy Diamond. Often go straight for the heat extend, not realizing, not wanting to go for anything like the corner combo there. Black beat combos, Firery just not mashing to tech. So probably pretty hard once you've been playing so much units. Get used to the hold to tech there. Mash to tech becoming a bit of an archaic thing. Really only Guilty Gear's doing it in these modern era of fighting games. Round start heat knuckle. Crazy Diamond going for a big call out there. Landing the 5H over and over and over. Firery recognizing he can mash out of that. Good conversion there. Not quite getting the knockdown, but not in a too disadvantageous situation there. Another 5H connection. There's a counter hit. Dizzy, always at risk of getting stunned. Good block there, but unfortunate counter hit. Doesn't get the combo off of that though. So Firery able to start running his gameplay now. Being very, very cautious about it though. Just super patient. Just trying not to make any kind of mistake that'll allow Crazy Diamond an opening to get a big juicy counter hit or a throw. Ooh, active frames on the ice fight, catching Crazy Diamond, trying to press something there. He gets opened up low, but actually bursts out at such a life deficit. Firery playing super safe, even when he dashes in, he's F'd in, but yeah, great run up throw there from Firery will allow him to take that round, even though Crazy Diamond had so much bar. Another big 5H hit, every one of those. Crazy Diamond's probably just counting him, waiting for that stun. Good flick, but he's not going to get much of it. Once again, the fish beating out the actual flick projectile pretty consistently. That's a heavenly. Oh, he whiffs it actually. Firery just barely managing to squeeze over the top of that. Whiffed a 6P instead of whiffing a pop buster there. That's probably even worse for Crazy Diamond than he was expecting. Sets the fire bubble, tries to follow it in. Good anti-air pick up there. Gets the corner set up, but unfortunately Crazy Diamond techs out of that correctly, and once again punishing the blitz with the buster. Punishing the burst with the buster. Crazy Diamond now up 5-0. Straight back into it though. Firery seems to be making a few more correct decisions in the matchup there, but he still keeps getting clipped either air dashing or like back dashing. It's giving him a lot of trouble. These huge pop buttons. There's a reversal super from Crazy Diamond. He just mashes 6H afterwards. The gold burst there from the fight. He just clipped by the ICBM there. That's interesting. Once again missing his knockdown, and Crazy Diamond just dashes straight back in and busters him for it. Early jumping from Crazy Diamond, gets that cross up, ticks straight into the pop buster as well. Firery just like seconds from death right now. Gets hit by the 2D as well. Crazy Diamond going for the huge hard reads right now. He knows he's got plenty of leeway in this set right now, so he can go for some of this silly stuff. Good blitz there, gets the air pickup. Puts Crazy Diamond down in the corner, gets a counter hit, gets a knockdown, gets to start running the dizzy set play, but Crazy Diamond just mashes out immediately. Realizes Firery hasn't actually done anything yet, so it's not threatened at all. Yeah, another Abari 2P. Firery not keeping his block strings tight enough, and that will be 6-0 for Crazy Diamond. Firery's only got one more game here to lose before this set is over, so he needs to make something happen here if he wants to stay alive. Good tech button there, but unfortunately not able to make anything happen. There we go, that's a good punish on the hammer fall. You get your knockdown, you get to start running the set play. good to see that kind of adjustment. It's definitely correct punishes are very, very important to have, I think, in any matchup, especially something as crucial as that. Good air series from Crazy Diamond, but unfortunately he makes himself a minus when he lands, and at that kind of range you're just always vulnerable to throw if you don't do your jump strings correctly. Great tick throw there, good setup from Firery. We need to be seeing more of those, I think. That super's not going to get much done, and yeah, makes it to the other side, tries to go for the Trishula to catch Firery above him, but that doesn't work out at all. What the hell happened there? That was interesting. Either way, backdash from Pot, but Firery just keeps mashing. That's a great answer, actually. Yeah, whiff punishes the 6P as well. Firery maybe starting a bit of a comeback here, we'll see. Firewheel connects, gets Firery a little bit of pressure, but he just sets the bubble and Crazy Diamond comes in with a big hammerfall. Pushes him back into the Ice Spike range. That's probably pretty good spacing for Dizzy there, honestly. Being able to set that Ice Spike is such a huge advantage for her. And to impress a couple of others. But unfortunately, Crazy Diamond able to armor through the Fire Pillar there. Good block on the 5D. So the thing that mix-up is that Crazy Diamond loves to do so much, the Trishula YRC, the reward off the low there is so low that you're pretty much happy to just hold high block there and just take the low damage because he's spent bar on it. He can't really react to the mix-up very well anyway. So just, not sure what's going on here, maybe due to lag. Either way, burst actually blocked there by Crazy Diamond. Firery now in a pretty bad spot. Good 2D though, yeah. I think I've been wanting to see more of that from Firery. This 2D is so good from Dizzy, that button's huge. Knockdown, set play, let's go. Goes for the low idea. Hits him with the bubble and gets a pickup off of it into knockdown. That was a lot of damage. And once again, a tick throw, just empty jump tick throw seems to be opening Crazy Diamond up every single time. Gold Dust whiffs, and he actually manages to get a throw off of it, attempting, successfully punishing Firery trying to take his turn off of it. Ice Spike YRC recognizes the armor, just runs up and punches him. Good stuff, that's one way to get through it. This is going to be a lot of damage here for Crazy Diamond. Maybe enough to kill. No, that's not enough to kill, but he just ticks him into that one last buster. Crazy Diamond taking it 7-0 over Firery.